Hello, everybody, and welcome to Planet SkyFF, the world. Sorry. Rewind. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tottenham, the show where we talk about Tottenham and their cup extravaganzas. So it's Tottenham today, isn't it?
This is a podcast about Sky Fantasy Football. We have about 20 minutes for this podcast.
Yeah. But I thought it was Tottenham.
We can do Tottenham on Friday. We can do Tottenham next Monday, Tottenham next Tuesday. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay. For those that are a bit confused at the time of recording, this is the day after the Carabao Cup. So that's just why I am poking like a knobhead at James.
You're a fucking dickhead. You're playing Oxford tonight and you ain't through yet.
No, not yet. That's true.
It would be so you not to.
But are Oxford in League Two?
I don't know, mate.
I got a message on WhatsApp about a book, One Step from Glory or something. Is that actually genuine? I didn't know if there was a book.
No. Yeah, truthfully, Martin Cloak, who works for
That's your
Tottenham
Christmas present
Hotspur
sorted.
Supporters Trust. Yeah, One Step from Glory.
Christmas present sorted.
As Tottenham Hotspur always are.
Yeah. SkyFF. So this is the show where we talk about Sky Fantasy Football and £50,000. If there's one thing that you're beating me at, it's definitely this game so far. I've decided that I'm going to label myself in this game a casual.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just not taking it seriously enough in terms of. You know why I didn't bring in Wilson on Friday. Just forgot.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to be honest about it. I just didn't get around to doing it.
In spite of the fact that we were sitting there doing a live stream.
Well, we were trying to sort out our actual FPL teams until like 6:30, and then we had to go and get beers in and get back before our food came before the game.
And then the FPL deadline hits and it's Sky time. Yeah,
true. I coulda, shoulda, woulda. But I still scored 81 points this week. I had captain on De Bruyne. Do you remember last week you said to me, am I thinking about captaining De Bruyne over Sterling because I think of the risk of rotation? That wasn't really the reason, but I got lucky on that one. And Pepe the day after, but that got me some returns, not many. Sorry, I had Salah actually.
Yeah.
But either way. Points from Trent, points from Edison, and that was pretty much it. 81's not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. My overall rank has gone up though. I'm 70,000 or something.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Well done. I haven't listened to Mark and Dan's latest podcast, which I think they released this morning or last night.
Yeah.
But I reckon when they talk about what good ranks are at the moment, I expect them to say something like
a 3-digit number.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I think like 1,000 or 2,000 or something.
Yeah.
Though, that said, I don't know how many transfers the guys at that level have used. I've halved my rank again this week.
So where are you up to?
I'm down to 18,000.
Not bad.
And used one transfer.
What's your total points?
467 puts me 220 off top.
467.
230 even. I can't.
So you're 56 points ahead of me at this stage.
Yeah, you can catch me.
Yeah.
I can catch the guy that's winning this.
Of course you can. He's on 697.
I won't, but I can.
Excuse me. So we've got another game week coming up this week. The best place to always start with Sky Fantasy Football is captains, because that's such a big part of the game. Saturday, we've got Liverpool and Manchester City playing. So the world is your oyster. Who are you going with this Saturday?
I'm likely to go with Mohamed Salah, I think. Mm-hmm. I'm an Aguero owner. I see no reason why Aguero won't start Everton. From what I have in my team, it's a straight shootout choice between the two of them. I think back to what I've said on some of our other pods about how Everton might be able to manipulate a system similar to what Norwich did against Man City, and I really don't feel like I should be frightened of captaining Mo Salah against Sheffield United. That's the way I'm likely to go.
My armband is on Salah at the moment as well.
It's unthinkable that it will be on Harry Kane. It's not unthinkable.
Which means you have to buy Harry Kane.
I don't think it's something I will do, but it's not out of the question. I know if I'm going to go on Harry, the time is now.
Yeah.
Is what I truly believe. He's going to be my FPL captain this week. I think what's putting me off a lot is if I go for Kane, there's no way of manoeuvring the extra fixtures out of it, because we've got a consistent run of the 3 Saturday games, and then afterwards there's a consistent run of a couple of Sunday games. So there's no real way of manoeuvring the fixtures that are in Kane's favour to get like an extra fixture here or there. Mm-hmm. So it would literally be me making a call over a certain number of weeks, do I think he will outscore Salah or Aguero? The other thing that puts me off that, which is probably more to the point, is a big consideration of whether I'm getting Jamie Vardy in for Sunday.
Sure. Sunday captain, potentially Jamie Vardy.
I've got Sionku. It's sitting in there. I need to make a very big decision about Jamie Vardy. The news coming out of the local press in Leicester this afternoon is that James Maddison is unlikely to play this weekend. He was essentially a passenger for the last 5 minutes of the game with Spurs on Saturday, and it looks like he's probably not going to make it. So I think a lot of the listeners will probably have Sionku, and I think a lot were thinking to go probably to Maddison as a cheaper option to keep the power up front. I feel like we knew there were going to be 2 game weeks where we definitely captain Jamie Vardy. Now we've got the November TV fixtures. It looks like there might be 3 that we want it for. And it just adds weight, I feel, to going for the one that's got the most power, right? To go with the captaincy. And I will probably make a straight decision between Salah and Aguero, which one I take out. I need to do some thinking about that. I think at the moment, the one I'm most likely to take out is Salah. And the reason for that being is looking a little further ahead at a few fixtures that City have got. Sunday, October the 6th, it would be a call. I'm not getting rid of Aubameyang, definitely not. It would be a call between Aguero at home to Wolves or Aubameyang against Bournemouth on that Sunday. Saturday, October 26th has got to be a Man City player at home to Villa. And Saturday, November the 2nd, they've probably got the best of the fixtures as well. Arsenal at home to Wolves. Liverpool at Villa, City at home to Southampton, which suddenly means, looking at it, that, I would probably captain Salah against Leicester. Obviously, I can sell him after I captain him on Saturday. I'd probably captain him against Leicester. I'd probably captain him against Man United by default, although it always feels like a fixture he's probably not going to return in. And then there's a little period.
That's the current Man United.
And then there's 3 games following where I probably wouldn't captain a Liverpool player. And that's why I've maintained for a long time in FPL that I'm okay without Salah and Mane at the moment, because I just don't see me captaining them for until they've got that City game out of the way on November the 10th. So I think the most likely thing I will do at the moment is go Salah to Vardy on Sunday as a singular, because I feel like I'm still going to want Aguero at the other end. And I'm holding Aubameyang through these games until they play on like a Saturday. They don't play on a Saturday till November, Arsenal.
I'm waiting to look and see. I may move from Raheem Sterling to Aubameyang because I want Aubameyang as captaincy cover for Monday. Haller to Jamie Vardy is already nailed on, so I'll be looking to make 2 transfers. The timing of them will be obviously Haller to Vardy on Sunday morning, and then Sterling to Aubameyang on Monday, and then I'll be riding Aubameyang through for a while. In much the same way as you. I'd like to then move away from Pepe. I don't want the double up of Pepe and Aubameyang. And Pepe is obviously quite expensive, so I can get a lot of other players in. And that's going to be my move. So then I'll end up having captain Salah, Vardy, and Aubameyang this weekend.
The problem you've got, say you've gone Pepe, there's a lot of marginal calls, right, where you want the coverage here. You know, you go Mount Abraham, Pepe or Aubameyang's another one. You might argue Vardy and Sionku almost is possibly a choice for some this week in terms of, because you're going to need a Leicester player. Definitely you're going to need one over the next 4 or 5 game weeks. I feel like juggling that around to force Aubameyang in when you've got Pepe, I almost feel like maybe you should just stick with it.
I think Pepe's going to be class. Aubameyang's going to be the one, and Pepe will be there or thereabouts, but he's not going to match Aubameyang.
I think if you've made those decisions, what it is, it becomes a FOMO, right? So you make a choice like that on Pepe. Aubameyang gets the 2 goals against Watford, and instantly you want to make the change. You know, Pepe and Aubameyang both scored at the weekend. Pepe might even be on the pens now for Arsenal. Having taken one on Sunday, so it's not. That's 2 transfers to do that. It's what you got to think about. And I really feel like there are other moves you can make in there, personally. I'd probably stick it through now. If I'd have gone with Pepe, I think I'd just go, yeah, right, fuck it.
What he's had his gifted penalty, and now he's just gonna.
No, that's the decision I've made, and then I'd hold it through. On Arsenal, I haven't decided with certainty that I'm going to captain Aubameyang on Monday night, which is ridiculous.
Who's your alternative?
Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, I don't think so. I think Arsenal obviously won 5-0 yesterday. It's Nottingham Forest, but Nottingham Forest are doing okay.
Played a second string team.
Yeah, sure. But then there's a lot of players in that team that will now be looking to get into the first team for the United game. Tierney stands out. Bellerin finally got some minutes. Tierney's played a couple of games now. He's getting to the point where he should
Tierney's
start.
ahead of Bellerin in the schedule.
Yeah, so he should start. Willock played well, so I think he's potentially going to start. So I think there's enough players there. The momentum there with Arsenal that I would take one of their players over
flip that
Man United.
On the other side.
Yep.
United best XGC, expected goals conceded, is the lowest at the moment so far this season, remarkably. The 2 clean sheets have been in home games against possibly similar quality opposition in Chelsea and Leicester, the only 2 they've had. We know that their strength is playing to the counter. I think what would interest me is to know, are United going to be in a position where they've got players that can counter on Arsenal at the weekend? Because Arsenal will always be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And Aubameyang's record in games against Big Six is not the greatest. However, I think the safe move is to go with Aubameyang because of the sheer weight of numbers that will be on him. It's almost like a blocking move.
Yeah.
If I'm right, what's the massive gain on Wan-Bissaka? He'll definitely pick up tackle bonus in that game. Mm-hmm. If he picks up the clean sheet as well and Aubameyang doesn't score, it's potentially, I don't know, a 16, 18 point swing. But if I don't captain Aubameyang with the ownership numbers that it's going to be for Monday night, I possibly might as well not fucking have him at all, unfortunately. So it's probably more of a blocking strategy just to go with Aubameyang. Aubameyang's ownership is 21% overall, basically.
It's not huge, is it?
It will rise, yeah, but in the top 1,000 with the guys that I'm trying to catch, it's over 80%.
Wow, it's gone up.
In the top 1,000. And it probably will increase between now and Monday night. So I think as a blocking move, the safe thing to do is to captain Aubameyang.
Am I right in
saying that's where I do understand your point about maybe getting him in.
Am I right in saying Vardy's top 1%, top 1,000 ownership is 1.5%?
That's correct.
That is very low.
That won't be the case come Sunday.
They'll be planning to bring him in, you think, in the morning?
I think if Maddison is definitely out as well, and obviously the benefit is the Leicester game on Sunday is the only game on Sunday.
Yep.
So you can know the team before you make your move. There will be mass transfers for Jamie Vardy. Mass. Mm-hmm. I think it will be monstrous. I would have thought.
Yeah.
I think we'd be looking here next week, and I think his ownership in the top 1,000 probably on Sunday will. I mean, that's going to go up probably 20-30%, I'd say, at least.
Yeah, and he'll have the armband.
Of course he will. Yeah, you're not getting him in and not if you've
got
got Jamie Vardy on Sunday, he's going to be your captain.
For sure.
The argument is Soyuncu good enough for the games where you're going to captain him? So they've obviously got Newcastle on the Sunday. Now, it's the time to go in if you want to go in. You're going to have to live, I think, with the Liverpool game the following week. Mm-hmm. Then they've got Burnley at home on the 20th, which you might even argue is actually Vardy, if you've got Vardy particularly, is captainable again, because City play at Palace, Liverpool's on the Sunday, Arsenal's on the Monday. If you don't have Spurs are at home to Watford, but if you don't have the coverage, you might think, yeah, well, I'll go Jamie Vardy at home to Burnley. Then there's that Friday night game away to Southampton. Again, Vardy's probably the one you want. But if you look at the 2 single days, Newcastle at home, particularly obviously this week, Leicester, of all the 20 Premier League teams this weekend, according to the bookies, Leicester are the team most likely to keep a clean sheet. And you can factor in the fact, because of the way Newcastle play, Leicester are going to dominate the ball so much.
Yep.
So you know Soyuncu's not starting on 2 points, mate. He's starting on 4. Mm-hmm. He'll hit at least tier 1 passing now.
Yeah.
So that makes you think, oh, can I get away with it? Can you get away with it? Southampton away as well. I think Southampton always likely to get the odd goal, but they're not great defensively. I'm probably more keen having Vardy for the Southampton game than the Newcastle game in a kind of weird way. And I think the plan of what people would have been thinking was kind of, if you take, and this is what I was thinking before the November fixtures, was come off Aguero after the Everton game Saturday, go to Vardy Sunday, and then you get 4 games of Vardy and you're missing Aguero, Wolves at home, Palace away, when I could have had captaincy covering, say, Aubameyang and Vardy on the 6th and the 20th. And then go back to steam into Aguero for October the 20th, or Sterling if it turned out that way, October the 26th at home to Villa, when City are clearly the standout for that game day. But now, because Leicester have had the fixture with Crystal Palace, moves back to the Sunday the 27th, you almost feel a little bit compelled to keep him. But in between the Southampton away game and the Palace away game, we're probably on the other game when Leicester go to Palace on November the 3rd, is Everton against Spurs. Do you really want to captain like a Luca Dean? Unless you've got like a Kane or a Son, which I don't think too many people are going to go to. So Vardy might still end up being the standout on that game day, November the 3rd. The problem is, and this is a good kind of jump on, jump off, between October 25th, Leicester at Southampton, November the 3rd, and being at Palace, you take an example of Aubameyang at home to Palace and at home to Wolves, Aguero at home to Villa, at home to Southampton. So I think actually beyond the Southampton game, you're probably going to have to sell him. What's the matter, mate? Is it too confusing for you?
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I'll slow down.
That's a lot of information. Like, I'm sitting here next to you going through it. James has got a really nice... Like, you need to meet Ben Crellin, mate, because he's got this thing called... it came out in Office 95 or something called Excel, where you just type this shit up. But that's a lot of information. So I'm going to have to... I'm genuinely, and this is not me moaning, I'm going to have to listen back to the pod with a pen and paper to actually distill this information.
In short, and this is thinking ahead, and this is more for Vardy, holding him beyond the Southampton game is going to be difficult because of the amount of points you could be missing before he plays again.
Right. So
do you get that?
Jump on him. You can use him up until October the 25th and then move away, but then potentially move back on November the 3rd because he might be the best captain.
But then you probably don't move. The problem is you probably then don't move back on November the 3rd because following that, they've got Arsenal at home and there are others with better fixtures, Brighton away, and everybody else is playing on that Saturday.
Yeah.
So if you come off after Southampton, you probably stay off Jamie Vardy. And it's those sort of little tweaks that make me unsure whether it's worthwhile going in on Jamie Vardy.
You've got 3 captaincies out of him.
Well, potentially, yeah. Newcastle at home, Southampton away. And the one everyone's forgetting is the Burnley at home on October the 20th.
Yeah.
He might be the best option then. I mean, if I came off Aguero, he definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, Palace away for City is a better option than Burnley at home.
Again, I throw Kane into this because if you look at this Saturday, who's the best choice in your opinion?
Probably Kane. Southampton at home?
I think so. Again, according to the bookies,
Probably not.
He's the most likely scorer this weekend of any player in the league.
Fair play.
Saturday the 5th, they're away. Spurs are at home away to Brighton while Liverpool and Leicester play each other. Who's the best option on that Saturday?
Kane, Brighton away.
And then the following Saturday after the international break, Aguero at Palace, Vardy against Burnley, Kane against Watford.
Oh, Watford in their current state are a shadow of a football club, so Watford.
And that's why I'm thinking of Harry. And it might mean, it will sound ridiculous, I might end up this weekend with no Liverpool or City forward and then actually be backing Kane and Vardy and Aubameyang for a few game weeks. It might be what I do.
I'm just imagining everybody's head exploding in that 20-minute description of what to do in the next 6 weeks.
They also might do absolutely nothing. And when I say I might, I'm not putting people off. If I know what I'm doing, I will tell you 100% the moves I'm going to make. I don't care. Once I'm in the top 100, I might be getting a bit scatty about it. But if I know what I'm doing, I'll tell you. I'm not shy about it. I think the point is there are options here.
There are indeed.
And these are the areas where you want to be making your transfers.
So, listeners, watchers on YouTube, etc., 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 you all know what to do right now, which is basically hit rewind and listen to that again. But this time, get a pen and paper and you can pause it. The advantage is listening back. You've got the pause button to write down what James just said.
I really should make some planning sheets for this. Although, actually, I think in fairness, there are some on Hub.
Yeah,
There's
Hub does dive into. I've not used them, so I can't comment on their usefulness or not. Anything else to add on SkyFF this week?
No, just obviously November fixtures are out now. We know a couple of single game days. Norwich against Watford, November the 8th. Sheffield United against Man United, and Villa and Newcastle on Sunday the 24th of November, Monday, November the 25th. Those are the 3 new single game weekdays we know. The only ones to worry about in the immediate now are Leicester.
Yeah,
you have to, what I would say is, as a closing, you have to have some coverage. If that coverage is Siyunku, put Siyunku in your team till the next overhaul.
Indeed. Cool. Other than that, nothing more to add.
No. Good luck this week.
Good luck. We'll touch base on our Sky Fantasy Football teams on the final plan, which will be out on Friday, in case there is any kind of thoughts and changes that we make. But other than that, cue music.
Cue music.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.
And we'll see you soon.
Cheers, everyone. Good luck.
The Fantasy Football Show.